The number one fear of new people coming into crypto has to do with uncertainty. It has to do with lack of conviction. Big fear is, oh, what if my community, what if my coin misses the cycle? Guys, I gotta explain something to you very quick about crypto. This is a fact of crypto. In a bull market, everything pumps. It's just a matter of what pumps harder. Everything that's even semi-relevant will go up when retail truly comes back. But some things are obviously going to perform much higher than others. You're going to have some coins that go up 5x, some coins that go up 1000x. And to prove it to you, watch this video carefully. We're going to go over 3 old charts back from 2013 coins. Guys, 2013 was the first cycle where there were really altcoins. Okay, it was the first time that there were alternatives besides Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had one cycle all to itself, with the first $30 pump down to $2. Then in 2013, they had other inventions like Litecoin. So Litecoin is one of those coins that remained relevant. Let's take a look at the price chart of Litecoin. All right, look all the way back in 2013. It went from about $2 to $44. And then Litecoin got lucky that the brand name was around. It was one of the first altcoins, right? So in the 2017 bubble, it then went from maybe $3 all the way to $100. And now by the time a coin is on its third cycle, you say, well, surely nobody cares about this coin anymore, right? And Litecoin, even though it was a lackluster coin, it was not by any means the star of the show in 2021. But in the 2021 cycle, it went from a bottom of about $30 all the way to $330. So even a 10x after 3 cycles. Now, what if we're just cherry picking a winner, right? A winner, quote unquote. Litecoin didn't really outperform Bitcoin in the recent cycles, but it still went up. If you bought low and you sold high in the cycle, it still went up. Now let's go over to a coin that no one's even heard of before, like Purecoin. Purecoin was one of those other 2013 coins that truly today, most people haven't even heard about it. Most people do not care about this coin at all, but let's just look at the all-time history chart, okay? Started off at 13 cents in the 2013 bubble. It went to $7. Then it fell all the way down to 30 cents. In the 2017 bubble, it went all the way up to about $5, $6. Then it went all the way down again. And by the 2021 bubble, most of you guys watching have never even heard of Purecoin because it's such an old, irrelevant altcoin. But even little old Purecoin went from a bottom of 25 cents about in 2020, and it peaked at around $3 in the 2021 bull market. Look, if Purecoin with zero community, just by surviving, has a pump. Now the question is, are these pumps going to be bigger than the last cycle? Well, for most coins, no. For most coins, they won't be, but they still pump anyway. So this concept of a coin just going flat throughout an entire bull cycle, it's really absurd to me, especially when you consider how low liquidity these things are. And the newer ones usually pump harder, yes, but everything still pumps. So now let's take a look at Feathercoin. Okay, totally irrelevant coin. This is like, you know, the worst case scenario coin. Feathercoin is even more irrelevant than Purecoin. Another one of these 2013 coins, okay? When it launched, it went from about 8 cents all the way up to about 80 cents. All right, 10x. Not that great for crypto, but still better than stocks, better than bonds. You spend your whole life waiting for a 10x in a real estate, you know? So in the next bear market, right, 2016, it was down to about 1 penny. And then in the 2017 bull market, it went from 1 penny to about 50 cents. So if you bought low and sold high, you actually made a 50x. You could have made more on the second cycle than the first cycle, even though the previous high didn't get as high as its first cycle. And then, you know, the third cycle curse, right? Oh, surely it can't possibly pump for a third cycle. This irrelevant piece of garbage, Feathercoin, that nobody talks about, that's down 97%, 98% from all-time highs. Well, in 2020, it went to about below a penny, $0.007. But look right here, guys. It even had a little tiny baby pump. Okay, let's do the log chart so we can actually see this. In 2020, it went from 0.7 of a penny to about 7 pennies. So it still did a 10x, even though you could barely see it on the chart. You know, if you bought low and sold high in this tiny little baby dip, okay, that was still a 10x for something totally irrelevant. And then you ask yourself about PulseChain. You ask yourself about Hex. You say, well, our community, our builders, our founder, our team, our tribe, it's growing every day. The on-chain metrics are growing. PulseChain and PulseX are in their first cycle. Hex, second cycle, but P-Hex relaunched, so it's kind of first cycle. You realize that there's no way we don't pump in this bull market. There's no way we don't pump at all, that we just miss the cycle, okay? So that concept is totally absurd, and you can prove that with history, with totally irrelevant coins, as long as it didn't, you know, scam out and go to actual zero, or, you know, like an exchange that got hacked and literally went to zero. But look, guys, even if in the second cycle a coin doesn't make an all-time high, Feathercoin's a perfect example of if you bought low and sold high, you could have made more money in the second cycle than even in the first cycle. And so everything pumps. in a bull if it even has the tiniest little sliver of relevance of anybody talking about it at all. This Feathercoin thing is trash, okay? It's a 2013, we call them dinosaur coins, like Ripple, Litecoin, PureCoin, Mastercoin. Nobody even remembers these anymore. I vaguely do, because I got in crypto in 2015. But to see things pumping every single cycle without fail should give you confidence. I know it's not easy to have conviction if it's your first cycle, but you need to realize that everything pumps in a bull if it has any sense of anybody talking about it at all. And then it's just a matter of who's yelling the loudest, who's got the best tech, who's got the best story. And with Richard Hart beating the SEC and on-chain volume on PulseX in the tens of millions of dollars daily at the bottom of the bear, at the bottom of the prices, we're still doing like $30 million daily volume. We're still doing 10x the volume of Cardano daily. We still have 10,000 daily active users, maybe more like 12 or 13,000 now. So onboarding people, adding people in the bull market, and you say, all right, well, the founder's probably going to beat the SEC, whether it's sooner or later. So that's going to be a huge news catalyst. And then if he comes back streaming, that's going to drive the price way up. And then you look around and see everything we've built. We've got exchanges, we've got DeFi protocols, we've got meme coin sub communities, we've got NFT artists, we've got all this stuff being built. It's far from a ghost chain. In fact, it's probably the only community worth being in all of crypto. Be honest with yourself. Look around, and where do you see an actual committed community with a sense of identity and a tribe that stands behind one thing with conviction? You don't see that in Solana meme coins. You don't see that in VC grifts, layer 2s, Hyperliquid, whatever it is this week. And even that trash, it's probably going to go up because when retail truly comes back and there's a frenzy, they don't care. They're going to buy whatever's in front of their face, whoever got to them first. And we're the ones getting to them first. Even if you're just an armchair quarterback, if you're not doing anything at all, you're just hoping and praying that it all works out for PulseChain, but you're nervous that it might not. Compare what we've built already to everything else. Realize they're all cycle 1. Hex is like a quasi cycle 1, but even a cycle 2 coin is going to pump. And with the anomaly of the community that is the Hex community, who knows, it could probably make all-time highs. Are you going to be mad if it only goes to 50 cents? Because it used to be a third of a penny a couple months ago. So if it goes to 50 cents, that's over 100x. That would be the previous all-time high, and I think it's going to go beyond that. So fear not if it's your first cycle. It's okay to have uncertainty. It's okay to lack conviction. The longer you stay in this game, the more of a believer you're going to become. All right, this is the cycle of believing. This is the cycle of conviction. Like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. See you on the next one.